Do your knees make a sound when you kneel down? It could be a pop or a crack. If it's the case, you need to know something very important. I'm not a doctor, but in this new episode of Camember, we will learn why your joints make noises, and most importantly, if it's serious or not. So, to get a better understanding, let's look at the knee joint in detail. For starters, we have the bones. At the top, the femur, and at the bottom, the tibia and the fibula. But that's not all, because between these bones, we can find the meniscus, which is a bit like a shock absorber. It prevents the bones from touching each other directly. And all of this is attached by ligaments and at the front of the knee. We also find the patella, which is attached to the quadriceps at the top and to the patellar tendon at the bottom. In the middle of all this, you find the synovial fluid that aims to lubricate and nourish the joint. It's a bit like WD-40, but for your knee. So why does this miracle of engineering called the knee joint crack? Let's look at 3 reasons. When you use your joint for everyday life, you can hear cracking for a very simple reason. It's because there is air or gas escaping from the synovial fluid. This is totally normal and it should not worry you. But if it doesn't feel right, you must know that it could be serious. A 2016 Indian study analyzed 465 athletes over a 5-year period, and they found that anterior cruciate ligament injury involved 86.5% of the cases and meniscus injury 78.24%. Oh yes, I know that 78.24 and 86.5 do not equal 100%, but that probably comes from the fact that many athletes have several different injuries. Obviously, this type of injury can happen by doing almost anything. For example, by getting up from your chair. This is particularly the case with anterior cruciate ligament injuries, generally due to twisting. But overall, you're more likely to encounter these injuries in sports. A 2014 study that analyzed 440 injuries in a sports clinic, and they concluded that anterior cruciate ligament injury was more common while playing soccer, basketball, or volleyball. As you can see, these are sports where you have a lot of knee movements and changes of direction that can sometimes be brutal. On the other hand, meniscus injuries are more common in runners. But don't worry, playing soccer or running 15 meters to catch the bus will not leave you with a serious injury. Indeed, your knee cracks can come from something much simpler. It could just be due to a lack of flexibility. Your muscles and tendons would be too tense and restrict your movements. That would produce noise when you make certain moves. There is only one reason why you would need to see a doctor, and that is if you have an injury. And that's where it's important to differentiate between pathological and physiological causes. Simply put, if the cracking and pops are accompanied by pain, swelling, or if you already have a history of injuries, then you should be concerned. But if you're not in pain, and you're just tired of hearing cracking noises every time you do something, you can put on your headphones, turn on the noise cancellation mode, and you can watch this video to understand how active noise cancellation technology works. Or you can also watch this one to learn why your shoes might be killing you.